Don't have anything else to do. Streaming is nice. Gives me I guess I will use this. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get to 600 FPS. So obviously what I need to do, I have a feeling, so disappointing, but I'm really worried about it. And I'm questioning Godot again. I'm like having a crisis of faith about Godot again. And like, can it even do the game I want to make? Yeah, it definitely can't do the game I want to make. But can it even do a bastardized version of that game I want to make? And Murdboy yesterday, he played my game. It's a 5-day-old build, but still, I mean, I haven't done any optimization stunts since then, and he played the benchmark and he got 30 FPS low, and it's really disappointing because the huge disparity between what I get and what he gets is astonishing. You know, I'm getting 400 FPS and he's getting 30. So, hello, Ogaboga Man. Hey mate, I'm having my rant before I start. My cathartic rant. How you doing, mate? Yes. So yeah, Murdboy played my game and he got 30 FPS in the benchmark, and I'm getting 400 FPS in the benchmark. And I realize if that scales correctly, then I have to get the FPS on my end to 600 FPS, and perhaps he will be closer to 60 FPS, right? It's completely ridiculous. He has a 3060, which isn't bad at all. I don't know what CPU he has. He has a 3060. I don't think he's got a bad CPU. Yeah. It seems crazy. It seems absolutely crazy. Because somebody had a 2080 and they were getting, what's the thing here? 2080 was 159. I think this is a relatively good CPU. This is like last generation CPU, and this was the 4070 got 400 FPS, and then this was a Radeon. This is Overkane's Radeon, which is basically a 3060, and this would be okay, I think, This is basically a 3060 and that's 60 FPS low, and I'm happy with that. That's fine. 30 to 600 difference. Hello Multibit, hello mate. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm just ranting at the start of my stream. Yeah, the huge disparity, right? The 4070 versus the we'll call this a 3060 because that's easier in my head. But of course this was on Linux as well, so it's going to be more performant probably. Who knows? Motion blur on. Anyway, I've been doing some benchmarking. We got to get down to the roots of the problem. You know, unfortunately, the profiler doesn't actually give you any information, basically about. Hello SpecNat, hello mate. The profiler is really relatively useless. So I've got to like turn things on, turn things off, and then I can see the FPS difference. And I think the objective, yeah, is to climb to 600 FPS, and then he should be getting 60. I've been going through the skyboxes now, trying out different skyboxes to see if there's a difference. There is a difference. There's a significant difference here. My base FPS was 377, and if I remove the planets, I remove the planets from the skybox, I get I gain like 30 FPS, 20 to 30 FPS, you know. So that's a gain of, let's write that down, that's a gain of like 25 FPS for removing the planets from the skybox. The problem is, I want planets in the skybox, right? Like, it's kind of cool, it's like really cool, but it's something we can, I mean, you have to be able to see the planet. Like, if you're near Mars, you have to be able to see Mars. So it might be that a mesh, like a literal, like making a mesh of Mars instead, with a texture on it would be cheaper. It's possible, than actually making the planet inside the skybox. Let's look at that actually. Also, I am hoping that 4.5 will sort of save me a little bit because they have a lot of optimizations in 4.5 coming in the next version of Godot. But I will write this down. Finding a way to put planets as objects, meshes in the sky, see its more performance. Unfortunately, that means that you would be able to actually, well, I can probably finagle it. Obviously, I don't want you trying to land on Mars or whatever, because that's not in my game. So maybe I can have it so there's a limit. Maybe you get teleported. Yeah. What happens is you're moving towards Mars, right? And as you're getting closer, it seems like you're getting closer, but every now and then you get teleported back. or something. That might be funny, actually. It might be noticeable, though. Anyway, so I now want to see if there's a difference if I just put a simpler texture in the skybox, but with planets. So that's the next test I want to do. I don't actually have a simpler texture. Like going down to 4K, I think that it works that... let's see. See, this is an 8K image, right? If I simply halve it here, so I go to, of course the background sort of needs to be an 8K image, but perhaps it doesn't. So I'm going to turn the planets on, turn the planets back on, so that would be quick load, planets, experiment 7. That should turn the planets back on. Yeah, there's 3 planets here. And then textures. No, it's not in there. It's in planet textures. No, it's in panoramas. Space panoramas. We have 8K stars, 8K stars 2, 8K stars 3. E is so stretched, so they're all 8K. The one I'm actually using is 8K Milky Way 3. I think I can re-import this at a different size. So 8192 divided by 2. Should work. See, that changed a lot there. It changed stuff. Still looks fine though, to be honest. At 4K, but actually don't see any difference. I could try to go all the way down to 2K and see what happens. What's that look like? That looks significantly different. Yeah, that's too blurry. That's too blurry. It would have to be 4K at the very least. Okay, let's try that. So this is with planets and a simpler texture, 4K texture. So just gonna do the benchmark. And unfortunately, this is just going to take time. There's nothing else to say. It's just going to take its time. It does kind of look bad though, the background. I'm getting these physics jitters at high FPS, which is something you don't see at low FPS. When it's at 60, I don't see this physics jitter on the ships. There is actually a jitter fix slider. It's kind of irrelevant anyway because you shouldn't be over 60 FPS. I think it's something about the physics process having to rein it in above the process. I think that's what the physics jitter is. You see the FPS is significantly worse right now. That is significant. 191 doesn't quite make sense. I think that's why you're gonna do multiple runs, right? 91. 91 low. 304 average. 304 average. And was I quick enough to find out what might be some of the problems here? The process time of 2 milliseconds. No, this isn't telling me anything. That wasn't quick enough. Unfortunately, it only stores so many frames. It stores like 4,000 frames, and you can't go back, I realise. So what that means is, you know, I can't get to the actual gameplay because I didn't press pause fast enough. I've got to get in the habit of pressing pause, but I need to look at the low and the average. Okay. And then press pause immediately. Yeah, this isn't going to help. Fortunately, although this is a very high MS right there, the glow cost 0.39 there. I'll write that down. Because I have a glow there, costing scene high of 0.39. And I see the motion blur can actually cost you 0.7 ms. Of course, what we really need to do is multi-thread our nodes, but I just can't work that out. Multi-thread our nodes. Multi-thread the nodes. Nerd boy, you bastard. Hello, you beautiful bastard. Nerd boy. You've ruined my you've ruined everything. Nerd boy. Right. Okay. Because you played my game and you did the benchmark and you got 30 FPS low. So I now have to optimize my game. But I probably have to do it anyway. So I'm just going through things at the moment and like trying to find the bottlenecks and things. Very strange that I got less FPS when I halved the texture, but I think that was a fluke. We'll find out right now. PC is boot. I don't think it is, because it should be running on a 3060, and I'm sure I don't know what your CPU is, but I'm sure it's not bad. Okay. Just want to make sure to. How strange. Halving the texture makes the performance worse? It can't be real. But that's the number I'm seeing. The numbers don't lie. Halving the texture makes it worse. Multi-bit. Oh, really? Oh, that'd be great. Multi-bit. You're on a 1070 Ti and AMD 1700. Today is a 1 year deformed anniversary. Really? Really. Okay, my low was 233 and my average was That doesn't compute. This doesn't compute right here. 233 and 332. So 332 average. Okay, run number 3. I think we have the same GPU. Didn't you have a 4070? I've got a 3080. So I think yours is slightly better than mine. Okay. Was I fast enough to find any information? Last test on the with this particular. It's even crazier than there's a 500 difference for the 3060 and the 3080. Yeah. Yes. Make sure it's like this. I think I just ruined the test by doing that. I might have just ruined the test. I'm not sure. Maybe he just had 500 YouTube tabs open, it's possible. Oh, did I say hello to Codex as well? Thank you for stopping by. I'd have to change the fireware entities of PNGs. I mean, then it's not even... Okay. Yes. Yeah, I do that, Ogre Boger Man. But okay, my low was 2184, and my average was 184. Oh, am I streaming now? Because I was just streaming mana that much. Is that why there's such a huge disparity? So 110. Oh. 310. Because this doesn't make sense right here. Because I just did the test before stream. And I got an average of 477, and I just did literally no planets in the skybox with a complex texture, and I got 399 average. Good stream on. Interesting. Does the FPS go up when you export versus playing the editor? It should do. It should do. Right? Everything in my head says that it should. Okay. So I just want to sanity check right now. I need to create a new base for my FPS, right? Because, yeah, create a new base to the FPS. So I need to go here. I need to create a new base FPS. Back to how it was originally. Before I. Okay, so we've got a huge background again, 8K background, and. In Unreal, there's a huge difference, like 20 FPS in the editor, but 200 in the XE. Really? Yeah. The difference is probably there, for sure. And in 4.5, we're going to get something like that. We're going to get exported shaders, which I'm hoping. Exactly what that means, I'm not sure, but they're going to like export the shaders in some way, and we're going to get a optimization. So yes, it looks like streaming costs me quite a lot, and I need to make a new base FPS. Yeah. Optimization of the best game engine objects, yeah, for sure. That's the hope, right? That I don't have to switch engine and I can keep on using Godot if Godot keeps on getting better with the 3D optimizations. That's my hope. I want to fix this jitter, this physics jitter. You probably can't even see it on stream, but there's a physics jitter, and it might be due to the, well, there's various reasons. Okay, 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 2. Was I fast enough to get anywhere with this? Oh, might as well stop. 2 1 2. Oh, I forgot what the average was. I didn't click. God damn it. Stream, YouTube stream, help me. Hang on, what was that? Uh, 330. 330. 212 low, right? So new base. New base when streaming. Number 1. 330, 212 low. 330 average. Okay. Professor Logic, hello. Rodeo Rex engine? I did hear about that. Whether it ever happens. That would be nice. Of course. Of course, if there's an advantage, of course I would use Rodeo. But at the moment there's only disadvantages. What's your to-do app called? Is that Obsidian? Yeah, to-do. I just make a list and I have checkboxes, and that makes me... That helps me out for sure. What was I doing? I need to get a new average. To get a new average. Okay. Why don't I just stick this to maximized, and then I don't have to keep on clicking that? So if I need Murdboy to get to 60 FPS, but I am currently at, 300 FPS average when streaming, and I actually need to get to like 800 FPS. It seems impossible. But I do have ideas, obviously. I have some ideas that hopefully will help. I think a big part of it might be getting rid of some of the effects and like having options on the player, right? So like they can turn off the glow if they want. They can. The low was 227 311 227. 227 low, 311 average. How many ships are there? There's 24. Remember the days when I had 40 ships? Oh god. And then I had to reduce it and reduce it and reduce it. Not 16. Do you think 16 is a good number? 16 would also be fine, I think. I could make a game with 16. But I need the benchmark. You said the other day you like the number 16. I do like the number 16, that's true. 24 isn't a bad number either. Nor is 21. I like the number... After that it's probably 32, isn't it? Or... yeah. Okay, one more test. One more benchmark. To get a new base. Base. I'll benchmark before stream. Oh, that would be nice. Thank you. The correct answer is 42. I do like the number 42. Also, number 47 is quite interesting. Also, in this benchmark build right here, the missiles actually work, right? So there is that. So the FPS might be slightly worse actually in this build. I should probably put this build online relatively soon, probably at the end of today. But I think my main objective right now is to give the player options to turn things on and off, right? And see if that helps. Like if Merdboy turned off motion blur, how much FPS would that give him? So we have 212 average, 212 low, I mean. 212 low. Two. 212 low. 329. 329 average. Okay, that's the new base level. So streaming costs me like 50 FPS. Oh, codecs, alright. Thank you. Also, there's different motion blur options. Right, that I can give you. There's definitely different motion blur options that might be more or less performant. Let's see. Took me a second to figure out the benchmark, but I sent it on Discord. Awesome, thank you. Hey, that's not bad. Hey, I'll take that. I will take that. I will take that FPS any day. That was a Intel i5 11th gen and a 3060. That's not bad. Not bad. So if Merdboy, if Merdboy is streaming costs you 50 FPS, then this adds up kind of. Well, not really, but kind of. There's probably some exponential thing to it, curve to it. Anyway, so now we have a new average here. And now I've got to do this again, probably, because I want to stream and I need to find out. So I've got to do this again. And streaming. Let's caveat that with when streaming. Oh, I did. Let's see, look. So without the planets. Without the planets. I forgot that an OBS replay buffer in the background probably bogged that down. Oh, nice. Okay. So it could be even higher. But of course, that's not the conditions that a gamer is playing in, right? We have to assume that a gamer has a billion YouTube tabs open and and he's streaming and all of that, right? We have to assume that. I can't be giving my game to a streamer and then they're playing my game and it's running like shit. And then it looks bad, right? They've got a gamer has Discord open as well, and they're chatting in a video call or something. Anyway, let's go back here. Let's make a new complex sky. So. Make unique. I'm gonna save this as I might make a new folder for different sky boxes. Sky boxes. We'll call this complex planets. No planets. I need to rename that. Rename complex no planets. And then I will turn off all the planets. See what FPS we get with no planets on. Where's the memory usage while I'm doing the background, doing the benchmark? Well, before stream I did have that written down. But it might be different now. We have video memory at 1.2, but the majority of that is from the 8K texture background. So that's why I'm thinking reduce that for sure. Memory's at 300 megabytes. Texture memory at 600. But I can reduce this by just. And also, there's a texture here that's way too big. But that's only 10 megabytes, realistically. But getting this number down, I think, is going to make the biggest difference. The amount of nodes, I think, is the most important thing you can do for performance. Hopefully it is, because that's the only thing. That's the only idea I have, really. Also, I just got to benchmark literally everything and find out what is going on. So no mark. Yes. So let's this benchmark without planets. Let's see what FPS we get. What I maybe should do is like change the way the camera works here, because the camera, maybe the camera should just look at the average position of all of the ships, right? 196 low, 304 average. 196 low. Number 1, 196 low, 314 average. I mean, a replay buffer's 1 minute long, and it's pretty high resolution. I've got wallpaper engine, which will normally pause itself in the game was on full screen. Yeah. I did actually say that. It did say that, didn't it? It was like I was looking at something. Where would this even be? Like, exclusive full screen is apparently more performant, but it just has, there's a little note here that exclusive full screen is the most performant. Which maybe I should caveat, I give that to the player and say, hey, exclusive full screen is the most performant. I wouldn't even know how to get to the display server, right? Online docs. Display server. It was like here somewhere. Window mode full screen with full multi-window support, and then a single window full screen mode. This mode has less overhead, but only one window can be opened in a given screen at a time. So not much difference with all those. I got 141 average. Oh really? When you turn those things off. And I think you got 121 average before. So there is a difference there. $136 average. It's not too much difference. Insignificant. Okay, I just keep on doing benchmarks. This is my life now. Benchmarking is my life. I just sit here and press this button. What I should probably do is get... if benchmarking is going to be my life, then I need a better system to automate it. And also, I don't think these camera shots are very good. I need the camera to always be looking at the action, right? Probably. Uh, 201 low, 319 average. It's 201, right? 201 low, 319 average. Average. I venture to guess that modern day streamers don't stream on potatoes, but I rarely watch streams. It just sucks to have to, like, I want as many people as possible to play it. And it feels especially bad because of Freelancer being a 2001 game and running, you know, beautifully. There are definitely advantages to making your own engine, right? Anyway, I have an idea how to improve my situation here, because I need to improve my benchmark real quick. So to do that, I go to my UI canvas. Let's see. Battle control, debug control, benchmark panel. I'm going to make another thing here, and it's going to say lowest FPS, lowest FPS label. Lowest FPS. And then show benchmark results, plot results. Add plot. Total average goes here. Low FPS, lowest FPS label. Here, so lowest FPS label, text equals trigger flag. Round eye, sure, round eye. No, it shouldn't. It should just be. It should be results. Low. Yes. Mid, like that. I think so. Yeah. Then I need to go, and then that should help me out a lot. I don't have to keep on messing around. Any constellation, Valheim is going for old school RuneScape. Look, it runs choppy. I get like 30 FPS. Really? Valheim. I don't know what engine Valheim is. Not sure. But I think I need to do this work now. And then... before I can move on. I don't feel comfortable, like, making the rest of the game until Murdboy gets 60 FPS. Okay, it's a lot easier now. And he has to get 60 FPS while streaming. 2, 1. So that was a quite good one there. Quite a good run. 2, 4, 1. Low. 3, 2, 8. Bridge. Is there a minimum maximum ships you want in the game? I think 24 will be good. If I can get up to 24, then that will be fine. The majority of the time, you're not going to be playing against 24 ships though. But I want to have that overhead. You know? I think most of the time it's going to be like 12 ships, I imagine. And they're going to come in waves as well. So they won't be all at once. There'll be 3 ships jump in, and then 3 ships jump in, and then 3 ships jump in. Oh, does it work? It better work. I hope it works. Did it not work? I have it turned on. Oh, it didn't work. Hang on, there is a thing you do here. You have to like refresh something. I don't know how to do it. I must have put it in the wrong order. Overlay widgets. There was something like webhooks. Overlay widgets. I wonder if multi-bit streams, if he says that he has OBS and stuff. God damn it. I would have to, I think I have to restart my stream. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I can't remember how to do it. There's a thing that you gotta refresh. Let me find the tutorial again. It's like play videos on stream. This one.
Teach you how to use your channel points and take something. Yes. Sign in to start. First, you want to go to overlay.
Services overlay. Services overlay. Services overlay. Services overlay. Services. Services. Overlay. Services. Overlay. We have overlay auto refresh. We can auto refresh the web browser source that can simply type the name of the source below. You test 200 ships and see what the other limits are. I got an Xbox game bar, doesn't record my voice properly, so I set up my own replay buffer. Oh, weird. Okay. Not quite sure. With OBS Studio, Streamlabs, we can auto refresh the web browser source that contains the mix-up overlay when it mix-up starts. Simply type the name of the source below. Simply type the name of the web browser source in your streaming software below. Okay. Try refreshing my web. Refreshing here. Refresh browser. Refresh cache. Oh, there we go. Okay. Then I need to go to this and do this.
Daddy, the boy I married is a Ewing.
Jack Ewing boy.
There we go. Alright. Hello Munglo, hello mate. So how you doing in Marathon? Any game updates? Any working on a game? Compiling shaders. We're gonna get compiling shaders soon in 4.5 and hopefully it will improve Godot's performance a lot. Hoping so. We don't have that yet. Complex. What was I looking at? I was looking at... Okay, this is... Right, so was there a... Now I can find out, is there a difference? So this is no planets. Base 212 330. No planets, complex texture. I guess I need to add up the averages to actually tell if there's a difference. Calculator, where are you? 330 plus 311 plus 329 divided by 3 is 3 is this number here. Then 314 plus 319 plus 328 divided by 3 is this. Okay, so there's no difference. There's marginal. And that just looks like error between like what do you call it? Replay error, like margin of error. Error margin. Looks like an error margin or whatever. There's probably a word. So, and then if I turn on, then if I do simpler texture with planets, that is 304 plus 332 plus 310 divided by 3. It's 315. Which seems ridiculous that that would be lower, and I'm going to call that margin of error again. Because I put a simpler texture in the skybox and the FPS goes lower. seems like that's doesn't make sense. So the next test that I want to test is a simpler texture without planets. Simpler texture without planets. So that would be world environment. So all I gotta do is go here and put this at 4K. It shouldn't matter because it's one texture, but we'll see. So this is simple texture with no planets right now, right? Double check. No planets. Damn, that looks cool. That was pretty cool. And the jitter. Okay. 214, 320, 214, 320, 214, 320. Bin streaming. Number 1, 214 low, 320 average. There you go. Save me a few seconds. Wonder if you get the jitter if you limit. Yeah, if I limit the FPS, I don't get any jitter. It feels alien hearing sounds after so long. Did you have a problem with your speakers or something, or your headphones? Oh, sound in my game. Sounds are important, but expensive. But expensive, especially if you use 3D audio, which I sort of have to use. I did try making my like making some sort of custom audio player, but it didn't work. I had to pause you for a moment to be certain it was coming from your video. Oh, do I have the sound too high? Oh, I think I do. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. God damn it. How did no one complain? Uh, 222335. 222335. 222335. That wasn't bad. Oh. 22. I've forgotten what it was now. 222335. 222 low. 335 average. Hold up, we're not supposed to hear it. Do you want to hear it? I guess I can turn it up if you like it. And I'll put it to like -10. Alright. One more. Oh, sorry. Like, the objective here is try and see, is there a difference between skyboxes, and if there is, then I can give you an option in the options menu to say, oh, use this skybox over this skybox, right? But so far there doesn't seem to be a difference between skyboxes. I've got nothing against it. I was surprised to hear the in-game sounds. Yeah. I wonder what FPS you get, SpecNet, on your machine. I would like it. I think you played it once and the FPS wasn't that bad. But that was a super old version, before there was any visual effects or sound effects. I remember you getting above 60. 209. 316. 209, 316. $209, 316. Yes, that's an average. My average of averages is my average of averages there. There's a simpler texture without planets. Hmm. Uh, 320 plus 335 plus 315 divided by 323. That is within, that's still within whatever, isn't it? So it makes absolutely no difference. That's within, I mean, these are exactly the same. So, but there's one last thing to see, which is if I get rid of this completely. So, I Thinking about your skybox the other day, have you experimented with making the planet geometry so that it doesn't warp around with the skybox? Well, I was just talking about that actually earlier. I was thinking about would it make a difference finding a way to put planets as object meshes in the sky? Might be better. Pretty sure it didn't go above 60. Oh, really? I assume you updated it. Yeah, I did. But it was 5 days ago. You can wait if you do want to try it again. Because I'm going to probably update. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Whether it's less or more performant, I'm not sure. We'll see. And whether it'll look good as well, I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. So the last thing I want to do is a gradient with planets and a gradient. So I get rid of my space panorama, right? Get rid of my space panorama. It's just a black thing. And I use a gradient 2D, I think. Yeah. And then probably do this. Right. Probably do that. Or at least do 128 by 128. Actually, the width should be like that, right? Probably. It causes tearing. Huh. Really? Oh, that has to be perfect, I see. Oh, there you go. It has to be perfect in line with this one. I can use HDR on this. Oh, there you go. Use HDR. Fill and repeat. Fill linear, radial, square, linear, from, oh I see. There you go. I was thinking of doing something like this anyway. It might be kind of interesting, but we'll see if it's even performant. Maybe don't use HDR. My PC is a wreck apparently. First time instant crash when clicking play. Second time the two ships. I got a loading screen for a second but it crashed. Really? Was that doing the benchmark and the options or doing the like custom battle play? I mean, making one static mesh shouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah. Compared with a skybox, skybox might be more expensive. Okay, let's just find out what this does, right? I'm not necessarily going to use this, but so this was gradient with planets. So if I do this, turn on my planets. Oh, custom battle. Yeah, there might be an issue with the. I tried clicking benchmark out of curiosity. Instant shutdown. Oh no! I'm sorry, mate. Oh, that's awful. Oh. This looks surprisingly interesting. Like with absolutely no stars like this. I don't know. There's something interesting about it. Let's... I don't like it. I would like to put stars in the sky. Maybe there's a way... Well, we'll see. Get the log of the crash. Yeah, that might be good, actually. To get the log of the crash, I will tell you. But it's up to you if you want to get it. That's how you get the log of the crash. I'd appreciate it, obviously, but it's up to you. You replace the owner with your like account, whatever. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, I gotta click this button. I have a feeling the crash is like to do with shaders and Vulkan. Like, yeah, because a GPU needs to support Vulkan, right? And if it's too old, then it's not supporting Vulkan, which obviously sucks. 250 FPS, 250. 332, 250, 332. Which actually is an improvement so far. 250 low, 332 average. This might actually improve performance. We'll see. Maybe that was a fluke. You sent 2 logs? Okay, nice. Actually, one probably is the benchmark crash. Okay. 206, 289, which is one down. 206. 289, which I was hoping that changing the skybox would make a difference, but it doesn't seem to be making a difference. 218, 311. 218, 311. 218. 218 low. 311 average. Three, 2 plus 289 plus 311 divided by 3 is 310. I'm going to call that margin of error because we had that particularly low one here. I'm going to say that's no difference. All right. Final test to see absolutely if there's any difference with the skybox whatsoever is using the simplest skybox you could ever make, which would be a panorama procedural, no, panorama with the gradient 2D like that. 28, 128, 05, 05, oh, 05 like that. Okay. Black, blue, yeah, that's the simplest sky you could ever make, right? How much RAM? 16 gigs. This guy makes it look like otherworldly. You know, it doesn't look like space anymore, does it? Deep ocean. I could see using a sky like this, like a ultra simple sky, maybe make it colorful and stuff, just for fun. 225, 327, 225, 327, 225, 225 low, 327 average. And then after this, I will look at the... I have a feeling it's Vulkan. It's going to say Vulkan error. It's going to be like some sort of shade error. 230, 325. 30 low, 325 average. So far it made no difference, right? So there's no point even giving this as an option to the player. It looks like it makes 0 difference. Do 6, 338, 226, 338, 226, low, 338 average. Total average 327. There might be a slight performance boost actually, like so slight. But I think it does exist. Yeah, there's actually a tiny performance boost. Talking 10 FPS performance boost. That might, but that's without planets, and it would have to have planets, unless I do the mesh planets. And you need to have stars as well. Like, I really can't. It just doesn't look right. There's no sun as well. There's no sun with this. Right? Yeah, it's not worth it. Alright. So in conclusion, I think let's do a conclusion here. How would I write this? Like, conclusion, no it can be set in the boots void. What? The booties void? Quick load this. I think I will put the texture down to 4K anyway, just because that's probably a good idea. Even though I know it doesn't make any difference, I think I'm going to do it. Right. No. So... Oh, it was already at 4K. Okay, yeah. It's a region of space that has nothing in it. Oh, is this your Eve coming out to you? Is this your Eve talking? Your Eve is showing, mate. Maybe you should put that back in. Or is this your sci-fi nerd talking? So that was great. I learnt nothing. Well, I guess I learned stuff. I just found no improvement there. The other optimizations I have in mind is there's a lot of complicated things to do. Oh, I have to look at SpecNet. Here we go. Can I just look at them? Very useful. Very useful. Look at this. I really think it has something to do with Vulcan. Swap chain resize. VSync mode disabled is not available. Falling back to VSync. 1070, yeah. CPU Vulcan. Oh, 1.1. 1.19. It says right here. .328. Do I need to update my drivers? Isn't what is Vulcan on it? I think Vulcan is on 1.4, isn't it, right now? Yeah, Vulcan is on 1.4. I need to update my drivers. I didn't even realize that. Alright, well there you go. Projectile pool, of course you need some more projectile. I kind of want the projectile pool to be exhausted. So all that means is so there can't be too many projectiles on the being processed at once. I'm gonna go for a walk and then work. Awesome, mate. See you later. Right. Finding a way to put planets as objects to find out if different motion blur types have different effects. This is probably the next thing I want to benchmark. Is the motion blur. Because I want motion blur, but there might be there's multiple motion blurs I can choose from, and they might all have. So what's the official verdict? I think it's a Vulcan thing. Yeah. It's... Yeah. But I don't know. I couldn't say for sure. The shader issue, yeah. Shader issue. So... do I need to take a base? My base can be this, right? Copy. So this is experimental jump blood. Okay. And we can change it to a different one. Curtain motion blur. Post transparent. Yeah. We'll try that. So there might be turning off certain shaders might let you actually play the game. Yeah. So it might be worth... I'll write that down. Ultra low setting that turns off shaders to their most basic. No glow, no emission, no rim, nothing. Just no app. Yeah, something like that. Hopefully, yeah, it works. Older machines. Okay. Right now, though, I'm testing the motion blur. Let's see. There's a difference between motion blurs. I should do a motion blur off as well, obviously. One 84332. 84332. 18432. Working motion blur. Mate, this is taking forever, isn't it? This takes forever. Has to be done. I have to go through every single thing and like find out if there's a difference. We should actually find out what the difference between exclusive full mode is as well and maximized. Two 367. 3, 6, 7, which is surprisingly high. Average. There might be a performance difference. I kind of want to take another score. I kind of want to do another benchmark just to make sure. It looks like there might be a difference though between these two motion blurs. 302, 367, yeah. Holy shit. Two, 302, 367, 302, 367. Average. Low. I should want to see if that's not a fluke. I want to do it again. That's real. That might be real. Yeah, holy shit. 296,376. 296,376. 4, 2, 9, 6, 3, 7, 6. So I found an improvement. That's really good. That makes me very happy to actually find an improvement right there. That's really nice. Okay, let's try. There's another one I want to try called Simple Jump Flood Motion Blur. Let's see what this one is. And then I want to do no motion blur. When streaming. This actually means that whenever I test, I have to be streaming, because otherwise all my values don't really count, right? And I sort of have to have the same amount of tabs open on my browser and stuff like that, right? To try and make sure everything is more or less the same. You have to start to get very scientific about this, don't you? You have to like control your variables, I suppose. So this was simple jump flood motion. Oh, I never calculated the average, which was 332 plus 367 plus 367 plus 376 divided by 4 is 360. Which obviously the extra one I did pulled up this average, but maybe I'll make it fair. 332 plus 367 plus 367 divided by 3. It's still an improvement, massive improvement. Massive. Okay, this is simple jump foot motion blur. Yeah, right now. A motion blur is so important for this game because otherwise you can't. It's very difficult to tell when you're moving fast and stuff because there's no context of everything. That's why I need the space dust as well. It's very difficult to get the context of like, oh, I'm going slow, I'm going fast. But you can't really notice it when here. Right, you can't really notice the motion blur here, but when you're playing, you notice it a lot. Two, 3, 3, 3, 2, 4. 2, 3, 3, low, 3, 2, 4, average. So I can already tell that this one's worse. Adding the bumping is big as well because it helps a lot with the when I add the bouncing in. It helped a lot with like just like them avoiding each other. They bounce off of each other and all that. It keeps them separated. One thing I do really need to fix is the GPU trails cutting on and off, but it's difficult to do that. They should maybe fade in and fade out, right? 215, 3, 5, 4, 215, low. 3, 5, 4 average. Let me write that down real quick. Fade in, fade out. GPU trails. Alright, SpecNet. Thanks, mate. I'm really sorry you can't play my game. But hopefully one day I will get it so you can play. I appreciate you both, either way. 199, 300. 199, 300. 199 low. 300 average. Total average. 324 plus 354 plus 300 divided by 3. 326. This is the clear winner so far, and that's just a straight up upgrade. That's a straight up upgrade to use that type of emotion blur. And I want to find out what no motion blur is like. I know that it might be, I wonder how much of a performance boost it will be. I hope it's a lot. And some people prefer the no motion blur anyway. Sorry. What we should do as well, once I get an idea of, once I have a bunch of options, like sometimes you see in a game, there'll be like a bar down here, right? Like once I have a lot of options, there can be a bar in the options, a progress bar. To represent some sort of performance cost. So like you switch your, if you switch from, hopefully this does it, but if you switch from like borderless to full screen, your performance cost goes down. If you switch back to borderless, your performance cost goes up. If you turn motion blur on, your performance cost goes up, you know. And so you can tell the player, oh, this might be what you want to do. So no motion blur when streaming. Oh, I didn't turn it off. I'm pretty sure it doesn't get turned on with like any options, does it? Pretty sure I just turn it off here and turn it off here. Searching files, finding files. Pause. Yeah. So this doesn't actually have an option at the moment. Oh, sorry. Let's be right back. Get some coffee. Yeah. You already see a big difference. Damn, I can, yeah. 237, 313, 413. 237 low, 413 average. That's a huge. That is big. Okay. Go again. That is big. Big news. Big news. Huge difference. I can do this. I can get to 600 FPS. I have some confidence now. This run looks particularly expensive though. And you know what? Turning off the motion blur fixed that jitter. It did, didn't it? So the jitter was coming from the motion blur. Yeah. I don't know if I noticed that with the Gwurtin motion blur actually. Interesting. Maybe the motion blur was just a bad idea in general. I can use different effects to get the same effect. 259 395 2 59 395 259 low 395 average. Personally though, I think the motion blur does look good, so I definitely want to have the option. I enjoy the motion blur. Two five two 376 252 low 376. So yeah, that's a big upgrade right now. So the total average is 413 plus 395 plus Where was I? Let's see. Plus 376 divided by 3 is 394. Huge boost there. It's really nice. So, in conclusion, Wharton is more performance. Motion blur is a big performance boost. That's good. All right. The next thing I think I want to test is the full screen mode. Difference in full screen, borderless, maximized. I hate my keyboard. I need a new keyboard. So grab maximized base here. Make sure we go back to using the experimental jump so the test is fair, right? Do experimental jump, flood motion, and turn this on as well, which is the worst motion blur, but that should be fair. Maximized. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. So we can retain that score, and then we do borderless. 1, 2. I could type in like low here. Average here. 3. Low. Something like that. And then do screen exclusive. Let's see. So if we go to, so I run the game, motion blur should be on, but I'm going to change this to borderless. Give me a borderless, but it's kind of cut off here, which is weird, right? Which I don't like. Should be fine though. I'm expecting no difference between maximized and borderless. But I'm expecting a difference between maximized and exclusive full screen, hopefully. Two, 6, 7. Two, 6, 7 low. 3, 4, 8 average. 183,307, which is an abysmal low. I have too many tabs open. 183. Was it 307? Yes. I'm kind of glad the skybox makes no difference though, because I would have hated to have to compromise the skybox. I might even put the texture back to 8K, because it does look kind of fuzzy in places. It doesn't look great. I might also try creating stars with programmatically. See, you know, I think that would be worse if you made the. I really, yeah. I think I've tried it before. Making stars programmatically is way worse. But the nice thing about making stars programmatically is they can twinkle. $191,300. Looks like the verdict, surprisingly, it's a lot worse than maximized. 191. Where are we? 191. 300. Now we're going to change to full screen here. No, just go. The other problem with this is, again, surprisingly, this is lower. Is it really? That doesn't make sense. Maybe because the resolution is bigger? I should test out resolutions as well. Ooh. Yeah. The performance is worse because of the resolution. Because you've added an extra little bar. Right, yeah. Holy shit. 243. 305 average. And so that implies that resolution matters more than I thought it would. But yeah, I imagine if you have a 4K monitor, if you have a 4K monitor and it stretches to 4K, we got a problem, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's on viewport stretch at the moment, so I think it is. Actually, I don't think it is. It's not on viewport stretch. It's on canvas system stretch. I think it like stays at 1080p. Like it's, I don't know how it works, but like the world is at 1080p. 205. 0.6. So I'm gonna think about. It looks like I'm gonna have to have resolution options. Which complicates everything because now you have to make your UI you should do stuff with the UI, right? Which sucks. I think I'm going to double check the maximized. I think I am going to double check the maximized values to make sure this is real. I wish we had, you know, FSR or whatever it is. The NSS in Godot. 210,300. 210. I wish I had some fake frames. Some fake NVIDIA frames would make me feel a lot better. What was it? 210, 300. 210, 300. I just want to go and go back to maximize real quick and see if it's real. That little bar at the top gives me like 50 FPS. So it looks like it does. Just going down the resolution by that much. Which means the resolution matters, which means I have to give resolution options. And if we can mess around with the scale a little bit of the resolution, I might be able to eke out some performance. Yeah, and maybe even give that slider to the player. Because there is a yeah. There is an option in the editor settings, in the project settings, to do scales. 250, 319. 250, 319. My GPU isn't running that hot. And most of my GPU is coming from Brave Browser. Right. Brave Browser and OBS. So it's fine. The problem with redoing the AI is they look so beautiful at the moment. They look pretty good. 210, 305, 210, 305, 210, 305. My averages are coming down. Or something. I'm being confused at the moment. ideally you would make some sort of benchmark that you could guarantee would be the same each time, right? But I don't know how you would do that. It would be very complicated, but I'm sure it's possible. It's just because each ship is making its own decisions. It's not like being controlled in any way. It's like each ship is independently doing whatever. So you can't really guarantee anything, can you? $215, $212, $215, $312. Wow. So my averages, my total averages. Left side, hello. First time chat. Are you a game dev? How you doing? So maximized works out to be 3119 plus 305 plus 312 divided by 3 is 312. Orderless mode is 348, which is going to put up the average 307 plus 300. That's going to pull up the average a bit too much. Yeah, I don't think that's real. But I think that's within margin of error. Those look the same to me. Full screen, 305 plus 306 plus 300 divided by 3 is 303. So interesting. See, that should be wrong, right? That should be wrong. That should be incorrect because we had this little tidbit here in display server. Let's see. It said a single window full screen mode. This mode has less overhead. And this is why you test everything. And you this is why you test everything. Make sure it's real, because it says this, but it's not real. I'm going to do one more. That often. What did I say? I don't know what I said. Huh? Hello. Huh. Called me out for being game dev. Oh, right. Well, yeah, everybody here is a game dev, of course. Are you working on anything at the moment? 185? Holy smokes, Batman. I need to close some of this. Add a fourth average here of 185,299. 185,299 average. So yeah, it looks like they are lying in the Godot docs, but what's new? They're always lying in the Godot docs. Working on Steam multiplayer game. Best comparison is Crab game, but my own themes and twists. Awesome. Steam multiplayer. Is that in Godot or a different engine? Multiplayer, of course, is really beyond me. So that's disappointing that they are lying. I'm disappointed with Godot right now. They just lied to me. Okay. 305 plus 306 plus 300 plus 299 divided by 4 is 302. I mean, it's gone down. It's literally the opposite to what they said in the Godot docs. What did Godot lie about? This, I guess it's one little line of sentence, isn't it? That maybe I read too much into this one. It's not even a sentence, it's a phrase. All in Godot using Godot Steam multiplayer peer plugins. Cheated and used Godot wiry, so I can have all my UI. Oh. I never heard of that. Worry. Godot worry. Hello, Nightchild. Have you been to my stream before, or? Oh, it's been a while. Welcome back. Anyway. Conclusion. Actually, you know what? I can't do a conclusion yet. Let's try. Before I go to conclusion, let's try this mode. Window mode full screen. Because at the moment I'm doing window maximized with borderless, and then I'm doing exclusive full screen. So let's just try window mode full screen. Yeah, and see what happens. Lurking from time to time, would play a good space sim again. Alright, nice. Awesome. Right, so to do that, let's go to the options menu. How do I get there? Options menu, options panel. Settings, screen, display server, mode. So we'll change this to free. Change this to free. And then let's test that. So let's put full screen, non-exclusive. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we've got this border around the edge, which means that we're in that mode. Yeah, I'd love to do multiplayer for my game as well, Left Aid, at some point. But I know it would be a lot of work. Steam multiplayer peer plugins. I'll have to look into that. Is that actually like an easy way to do some sort of multiplayer? Peer plugins. Because obviously the problem is servers and stuff. And I would have to learn how to do a server. Yeah, it'd be a lot. But if there's a peer-to-peer situation, which I've heard about, right? Peer-to-peer is like how torrents work. 264,352, which is shockingly higher than everything else. 2,352. This is why you test everything. Godot lies to you. This is why you test everything. Took a few days to do it, however no servers. Steam multiplayer is peer-to-peer, right. Godot Steam is for friends and lobby. Oh mate, that sounds awesome. So Steam multiplayer with 0 server costs. Mate, that sounds amazing. Do you have any resources or links or videos that you followed? I'd love to see that. Mate. How difficult was it to set up? Do you have a working? If you want me to playtest your game, I'd love to see it in action. Or whatever. I'd love to see your game if you want to drop a link as well. And so Star Citizen 2 was born. Well no, my multiplayer would be Ray. I try to keep it simple. 178,314. 178,314. The only reason why I'm making this game is because of Star Citizen not being like freelancer. Even though they're made by the same guy, the same guy's in charge. He chose to go with the full like arcade mode, space sim sort of thing, so multiplayer versus try to keep it simple. Multiplayer would definitely be a stretch goal, but it would be so cool if I could get it. And I was thinking about this. First, you might do PvE, right? So no PvP until you got it nailed down. Because if you got PvP, then you need the latency to be perfect, right? Oh. Oh, did I forgot to? Oh no, it's fine. 1913. How did Star Citizen well, Star Citizen inspired me because of my disappointment in Star Citizen, right? Very cool. I've used this plugin, obviously, for my last game. Oh, and there's a template here. Quick starter template for making 3D multiplayers. Ooh. Very cool. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, mate. Let me write this down and put this somewhere. Where should I put it? Game dev. Because it won't be released. Oh no. Because it's not like Freelancer. There's an old game that I love, made by the same guy who made Star Citizen, called Mr. Roberts. What's his first name? Tony Roberts or something? He made a game called Freelancer, which was my favorite game growing up, right? The game that I played, I like to say, you know, how some people played RuneScape growing up, or they made, or they played like World of Warcraft growing up. I played this game called Freelancer. It was like a multiplayer game. Well, it was single player and multiplayer, but it had, yeah. So. Where was the good one that I was watching yesterday? This one.
I'll put my countermeasures on.
So, this is the game, and I'm looking at this, and I've got some work to do to make it similar. But you see how it's like more of an arcade, third-person shooter, all of this, right? It's not like a space sim. It's like a... There's no simulation going on. The movement's very, like... What would you call it? The movement is... There's not, like, physics going on. Etc, etc. Is your game just piloting ships in space, or is there a planet? No, it's just space, yeah. So Freelancer and Wing Commander back then. Alright. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like they are lying to us in the Godot docs. As far as I'm concerned, it turns out that window mode full screen is more performance than window mode exclusive full screen. I'd have to absolutely nail down that, maybe do some more testing. But there's a very high average here. There might be... Oh, it's difficult to say. Because this one has a high average. The averages, you need to average your averages more. Like this is a high average that you might want to get rid of this. Value, for example, so that's going to put up the averages, so it's difficult to say. 352 plus 314 plus 310 divided by 3. 3. Yeah. But I think that might be error. it's possible. I have a feeling, my feeling right now is that there's actually no difference. This is like margin of error stuff. I'm going to put a conclusion. Conclusion is, my conclusion is possible full screen marginal gain, but likely just margin of error. And there is no difference between window modes. I've also noticed that VSync seems very broken. VSync seems broken. There is, I was literally looking at somebody's error log when they tried to play my game, and it did say something about VSync. And they couldn't launch it because of VSync, something to do with Vulkan drivers, I think. I mean, I even need to update my drivers. Because I'm pretty sure we're meant to be on 1.4 with Vulkan right now, and I'm on 1.3. Unless they... I think I remember students like 4.4 is meant to be on 1.4 Vulkan. Anyway. So that's that done. There's one more like relatively simple, right, so the conclusion is also different test out implement test out different resolutions, because currently, right, so I have it on stretch mode, canvas items. The base size disabled. No stretching happens. 1 unit in the scene corresponds to pixel on screen. In this mode, stretch aspects has no effect. Recommended for non-game applications. Canvas items. Base size specified in width and height in the project setting is stretched to cover the whole screen. Displays render script as something to occur. This means that everything is rendered directly at the target resolution. 3D is unaffected. While in 2D there is no longer one-to-one correspondence between sprites, which may result in scaling artifacts. Recommended for most games that don't use pixel art aesthetic, although it is possible to use this stretch mode. Viewport, the size of the root viewport is set precisely. Size specified in project settings. Display section, the scene is rendered to this viewport first. Finally, this viewport is scaled to fit the screen. Recommended for games that use pixel art. So I think I want canvas item stretch, right? And then we have the scale. And we have option scale modes as well. So we have fractional and integer. Integer, the scale will be floored to an integer value, which means that the screen size will always be an integer multiple of the base viewport size. This provides crisp pixel art, so that's not useful to me, I don't think. But scale, multiplier to use for 2D elements. Oh, this is for UI. So, okay. This is UI scale. So what if I bring that down? What happens? Oh yeah. Oh, that's scaling your UI. Look at that. Which you see in some games. Okay. Okay, so I can add that pretty easily. I can scale the UI if I want to. I'm on 1.4, right. VSync has been super iffy to the point that I have to default off, right? Really? Some people turn it on and just drop frames below their refresh rate and high frames went off. Really? Yeah. I have been including this option because that happened in my last game actually. There was something to do with VSync. Somebody couldn't use VSync on their particular machine for whatever reason. And so I had this option now to have max 60 FPS here. Right? These don't actually do anything, by the way. These buttons don't actually do anything yet. So you can have VSync or you can have max 60. So I think is the best way to do it. Oh. So yeah, that doesn't do what I thought it does. So how do I change resolutions and things? Display server, driver, custom image, physics, 2D, physics. I'm also thinking of messing with this, of course, and seeing what difference it makes to the particularly solver iterations, right? If I reduce this number, it's possible I can get an FPS boost, but we'll see. Rendering device, staging buffer, pipeline cache, Vulkan, max descriptors per pool, texture. Pretty sure literally everything on the like fastest whatever. There is this, look. Separate red model. Rendering on a thread may improve performance, but synchronizing to the main thread can cause a bit more jitter. It's worth a try at some point. Just seeing what this option does. It's worth a try. Lights and shadows. I'm pretty sure I have it all on the fastest, yeah. 2D shader compiler, which is good. Sky reflections. Global illumination, I'm not using that. Camera. Yeah, I have this on the fastest as well. Environment. Viewport. Use HDR 2D. I feel like I want this, don't I? Anti-aliasing, that's all disabled. And map. Why do I feel like I saw some way to change the scale of things? Oh, here it is. God, it's right here. Scale of the 3D. Scales the 3D render buffer based on the viewport size, uses image filter on specific rendering to scale the output image to the full viewport size. Values lower than 1.0 can be used to speed up the 3D rendering at the cost of quality. Values greater can be used to improve the 3D rendering. Super sampling. So yeah, there might be a slight, like I might be able to do like 0.95 or something and have it look exactly the same, but there's a performance boost. You know? And this is also something I could give to the player, and the player could set it if they want to. Then we have FSR sharpness. Determines how sharp the upscaled image will be when using FSR upscaling. Oh, that's there. Oh, maybe if you combine these two things, you can, if I did like FSR 1 and you combine it with this, maybe it works out to be fine. But yeah, let's just see what happens. I'm just going to put this all the way down to 0.5 and see what it looks like. Do I notice anything in like game? Immediately? Oh, I do. There you go. It's all pixelated. That's fun, actually. Actually looks kind of fun. It gives it that like old school vibe, actually. Let's see if it improves performance. So scale. Okay, rendering scale. Rendering scale. Rendering difference in rendering scale and FSR. And anti-aliasing. And I use these options to create a more performant version at lower cost. At no visual. That's what I want to find out. So the first test would be, this is 0.5 scale. No FSR. No anti-aliasing. And then we put our base in here, which was from, this would be our base value, I suppose, here. Base value. Oh yeah, look at this. Looks different, doesn't it? But the UI is still clean, interestingly. We're not getting any crazy performance boost. So that's interesting. I'm not getting any crazy performance boost at all. I expected a performance boost, but we're not getting one. That's why you got to test everything, I guess. Has a look to it though, doesn't it? 255, 355. That is a performance boost, actually. A little bit of a performance boost. One, move. Low is 255. Average is 355. 2 and 3. Wait, is there weirdness with the... Oh, there isn't. It's fine. It has a look to it, and I don't know why I like it. It has this quality to it, like the pixelation. It's so interesting. Why do I like it? I'm not sure I'm gonna do it, but that's so interesting. $238, $380. So there is a difference so far. 238. Low. 380 average. Oh, I messed that up. That's why I watch streams in 360p. And to get that quality look. The aesthetic. Quality aesthetic. It makes you feel like you're playing a PS1 game right now. Yeah. I mean, less than a PS1 game. It makes you feel like you're playing... I feel like PS1 graphics were better than this. Like, it makes you feel like you're playing N64? Yeah, N64 was okay. I don't know. I guess PS1 is the lowest. Did you fix the FPS? Hello, Roboga man. Did you fix it yet? just fix the FPS. I'm still just testing and you know, still just testing things, finding out if there's any easy fixes without like doing any work, and just looking at like different options at the moment before because what I really need to do is like actually do a refactor and stuff, and actually, you know, get rid of nodes and like do different audio solutions and like refactor the code and stuff. But this is I'm doing the lazy stuff first, which is like messing with options. So yeah, that did definitely improve the FPS. So that is 355 plus 380 plus, oops, 355 plus 255, sorry, 355 plus 380 plus 354 divided by 3 is 363. I mean, giving that option to the player is probably worth it, for sure. So I'm just going to try it out at different scales. So I'll go for like 7.5 next. Hey, that's barely noticeable. At 7.5, actually. Cool. Yeah, I'm currently messing with the resolution scale of the resolution scale. How many hours are we benchmarking for? 3 hours. 3 hours of benchmarking, and I probably did an hour before stream. I'm going a little bit insane, I gotta be honest. Still no 1000 FPS. I gotta get 600 is the dream right now. 600 is the goal. Uh, 280. 280. 392. I don't know why that's so much higher than at 0.5 scale. That's weird. That's why you do multiple tests. If you reach 600, you can run it on 60 on Switch. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what spawned this whole thing, was somebody ran my game's benchmark and they got 30 FPS. So, and obviously you see me running the game and I'm getting 400 and 300 around there. So I figure that I need to get 600 FPS and then they will get 30 FPS on a toaster. It might also be driver situation. Like I could say to them, update your drivers, but no, they were running on a 3060. I can't remember what the CPU was. He did say what the CPU was, but they were running on a 3060, so, and I'm running on a 3080. So I don't know why this is averaging so much better. That's weird. 376 really makes a difference, and it doesn't look that bad at 0.75. Just offer a collector's edition, shipping with a PC included for just $9.99. Would $9.99 even get you a good PC? I don't think so. $9.99 is like quite difficult to make a good PC for 1,000. You could maybe do it. You could get... It'd be difficult. You'd have to cut a lot of corners. You'd have to go the cheapest AM5. What you want is upgradability, right? So you want the cheapest AM5 CPU. Just a PC game, Switch 1 inside. Do you have this, do you have like something against the Switch? Is that what I'm getting right now? 280 low. 373 average. So that's really good. 0.75 scale gives me an average. Weirdly, it gives me a high average, but that might be margin of error stuff. But it does seem to be higher in general. 392 plus 376 plus 373 divided by 3 is 380. Wow. That is really good. It looked pretty good. If I wanted to be a hater, I'd put an Xbox Series X inside. Well. In general, those consoles are good deals, right? I think. You get it's just the problem is you can't do anything else with it. I'm pretty sure the hardware you get is pretty powerful for the price. It's just, it's not a PC. So yeah, if I go 0.75, I was rather joking because how bad as a PC to be when you're getting very low FPS. Yeah, I have a feeling it's a. I could ask him what if he's updated the drivers anytime recently. Because we should be on. Because I need to update my drivers too, to be fair, and I might. Actually, that's what we'll do. Well, tomorrow, because I have to stop streaming, but tomorrow what I will do is I will update my drivers, so I'm on Vulkan 1.4, and then I will do another test and see if I get a performance gain, which you'd hope I did, right? So if I'm at 0.75 scale, which doesn't look bad, right? I didn't notice anything. It looks nearly exactly the same, to be honest with you. But then you do things like this FSR sharpness. So if I change to FSR 1.0, oh, it looks sharper, yeah. Oh, does it? Yeah, there's definitely a difference. And then you can put this up as well. Down. Doesn't seem to do any difference with it's up or down, to be honest. I can't see a difference. I can't see a difference. Oh! Trying to do 2.0 is going to crash Godot, apparently. Yeah, it crashed. No adaptive resolution scaling. I can't... Crashing Godot is a good sign. course. So I guess I won't be using FSR2. But FSR1? Is it going to crash? What are we on FSR2 right now? Scaling 3D. No, we're on FSR1. I'm going to keep the scaling at f0.2 and see what the performance is like. Well, but changing the actual resolution of the game would be, yeah, that would be here. It would be viewport width and height, which is currently at 1080p. And what happens is I just stretch it, right? And I have a 1440p monitor, and it doesn't look bad being stretched. But if I give this, what I should do is I give this this bar here to the player, and then they can do what they want with it, right? They can even go up to 2.0 if they want to. But I'm gonna put the base probably at 7.5. Like the defaults is 7.5, I think. With adaptive resolution scaling, games just adjust the scaling runtime of FPS. Oh, is that what that means? Adjust this during the game. Ooh, that's a good idea, mate. So this actually doesn't exist for me. Adaptive, what did you call it? Adaptive resolution scaling. Adjusting the scaling on runtime. Yes, is low. What a good idea. Yeah, I'd have to implement it, probably. I don't imagine it has it. Are you not a Godot person, Nightchild? I don't know if you said. And yeah, thanks for the look, Dan. So I want to do a test with 0.75 scale FSR 1.0 at 0.2 sharpness. No anti-aliasing. I don't think I'm going to need anti-aliasing so far. I don't use engines, I rate tech myself. Oh really? Well, that's awesome. Can you write me an engine with like, it's like Godot but like super performant? No. Go here. So this is 0.75 with FSR 1. Yeah, it looks. I can't see. I can't see anything. It looks the same as if you weren't scaling it. Maybe we can scale it down even more. That's easy. Godot is not that well optimized. It's yeah, definitely. But it's using. There's like it's using inheritance instead of which I think is the main issue. But obviously I don't know fully why that's an issue. Compared to with ECS. So that is 201 351. Plotting the curve is built off of each other. Yeah, I have to do it myself. Yeah, it's not built in. They don't have average FPSs in the profiler, so I had to build this whole system. But it's helpful, like, for other people, right? So I can give it to someone else and they can benchmark. You got most of the code to make the adaptive resolution scaling. Yeah, I just read the average FPS and I'm like, oh, it's going down. Something. But the problem is it's reactive. The problem is it's reactive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will hit, the low will hit 200, and then you will be, and then the code is going to be like, oh, we hit 200, change the resolution, and so now the FPS goes up, and so you get spikes, maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? 2293. But it's obviously. I think it would be good though. I'm a bit confused about why this is so much slower. But I guess it does matter. The FSR is a lot slower. It's good. This is why you test. Maybe we should test at 0.75 scale, but with anti-aliasing instead of the FSR sharpness. Usually you have a stable target, e.g. 60 FPS, and you measure over a frame where it's close to the hit limit. It's 50 milliseconds, and then you drop resolution rapidly. I know it's early to do this optimization stuff as well, but I really like, because I haven't even made the game yet, right? This is still in the prototype, so it's weird to optimize now, but it's also something that, like, I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to do. I want to know how far I can push it and stuff. 2 milliseconds, no shot, really? Oh, you're an expert, mate. I'm glad you came into my stream. 2 milliseconds is a lot. That's why it's so much lower, right? 351 plus 356 plus 340 divided by 3 it's still a boost over the normal, right? If the normal average is 312, 0. I don't know what this was a weird. There's obviously something wrong went here. It should be lower at 0.5 scale, but there's like margins of error, and I'm only doing 3 tests, so your averages aren't very averagey. So, but at 0.5 scale, I got 363 FPS. At 0.75, I got 380. And at 0.75 with FSR 1, I got 349. But yeah, it's worth it. So I want to try out 0.75 scale, no FSR, and with some sort of anti-aliasing. Don't know what. We'll have a look around and see what it looks like. Because I'm pretty sure it sounds like FSR and anti-aliasing do roughly the same thing, right? So I turn that off, and then I go to anti-aliasing. We've got lots of choices here. We've got TAA, we've got debanding, we've got screen space AA, all sorts of stuff. I guess I'll have to read it. Sets the number of multi-sampling MSAA samples to use 3D rendering. There's a power of 2. MSA is used to reduce anti-aliasing around the edges of polygons. A higher MSA will reduce and smoother. See also rendering scaling 3D for super sampling, which provides higher quality but is more expensive. Its properties only red when the shader starts. So we have average. Which I can definitely notice, actually. I can definitely notice that. Slow. It looks even better. Slow. And this is something I can give to the player. I see this in the options all the time. And we have screen space AA, FX AA, which looks good. That looks good. Set screen space anti-aliasing mode for default viewport. Screen space anti-aliasing works by selectively blurring the edges in post-process shader. It differs from MSAA, which takes multiple covering samples or rendering objects. Screen space AA are typically faster or smooth out specular aliasing, but tend to make scenes appear blurry. Oh, the blurriness. I kind of want the blurriness, right, in my game. This is partially counteracted by automatically using a negative map LOD bias. Okay. No way to combat specular aliasing is to enable rendering a anti-aliasing screen space roughness limited. Screen space anti-aliasing is supported in Forward Plus and mobile, not compatibility. This run property only read at project start. Okay. So what if I unclick enabled here? No difference. Roughness limiter. No difference. Okay. Does this cost me anything? This filter has a small performance cost. Well, it doesn't seem to note drastically. I like this one the best so far, the FXAA, for sure. I like that above the MSAA. Then we have TAA. FSR is usually upscaling, means it imagines how low resolution. FXA is like a little brother of FSR, where it imagines how the low resolution would look at higher resolution. AA does kind of the opposite. You average out your pixels. So TAA enables temporal anti-aliasing for the default screen port. TA works by jittering the camera. Wow. Accumulated the images from the last rendered frame. Motion vector rendering makes the image blurrier, which partially counteracts the automatically used. Oh my god. Okay, that messed up my particle effect, look. It looks cool though. It messed up my particle effect. Don't know if you can see that. Okay, what's use debanding? If true, uses a fast processing filter to make banding significantly less visible. Rendering is not affected by debanding. In some cases, debanding may introduce slightly noticeable dithering pattern. I don't know anything. I don't notice anything, mate. Alright, I think the best one that looks here is FXAA. That looks the best to me. So let's find out what performance cost that is. Glitch effects. I could add something like that, yeah. Glitch effect. Oh, I can show you this that I made. Look at this. I'm gonna use this as well when you do. I'm gonna use this somehow. This blur. Do something. Anyway, so I want to try 0.7 scale with FXAA. Warp speed, yeah. I can use it to make like an effect, interesting effects, because my game, I want to make my game look like the 80s. Don't know how to do that yet. The tricky part with FXAA is that it works on individual frames, but does not improve the situation on moving frames. Thus, if you have a flicker of moving objects, it's likely that the flicker on the FXA. Which obviously I have the flicker because of my motion blur, which I've got to turn off. But because it's on, I would have to redo my base. Yes. But this looks fine so far. This looks good. To me anyway. Because I have a very simplistic vertex, like everything is vertex shaded anyway, right? There's no like crazy graphics going on, so I don't need anything. I just need performance. Yeah, I saw that the fade, yeah. So I'm very happy. I'm hoping that that solves all my problems. Well, I'm hoping to get a huge boost from that. So Obviously, I won't be able to tell unless I'm exporting, right? But yeah, they've been adding some performance stuff recently, which is really nice. Like 4.4 was a big upgrade actually, because they had shader compiling. Or just shader baking, and I have no idea, but it sounds good. I have no. They said number. Look, all I see is number get bigger. Number bigger is better. Faster shader compilation. Two, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. 3, 5, 5. And they're saying 20x faster. Yeah. And what does that actually mean? That means for the shaders, right? But the thing is, in 3D, everything is a shader. And if you really think about it, literally everything is a shader. Even a sprite is a shader, if you really think about it. So, doesn't that mean... yeah. Doesn't that mean... does that mean I would go from 300 FPS to 6,000? I suppose. I hope. 262. 262. 366. The new shader baker feature allows for the exportation of precompiled shaders to significantly reduce shader compilation time, especially on Apple devices. Oh, load times? Load times is different, isn't it? I don't really care about load times. Is that what that means? Build times, baking is pre-calculated. It's all working to fix this. It's good now. The shader binaries like every other game engine. Night child. So what's the average? 354 plus 355 plus 366 divided by 3 is 358. Yeah. So yeah, what I will probably do is default to this one. This will be my default. Okay. Conclusion. Conclusion. New default should be 0.75 with FXAA. But give the player the option to move the scale, also disable FXAA. Because you get big performance boost if you just go 0.7 with no anti-aliasing. Oh, there's more things to benchmark and find out about. The next thing I really want to benchmark is, does this shader matter right here? Oh, also we've got to put this back to default. So put that on disabled and put the scaling back to 1. And then what I want to find out now is, does this ship shader matter? Because this is my own shader, right? And I've added, like, you might be able to notice, but there's like this shine to it. Not only does it shine, like it glints, right? There's a clear coat on it. There's like a glint to it, but there's also like this purplish color and this blue color involved, and all these, like, what do you call this? Opalescent or something? Pearlescent? Something like that. Or I should find out if this has a performance cost. Iridescent. Right, yes. Iridescent. However, I'm absolutely cooked right now. As the kids say. Is that what they say? Is that what the kids say? I love the attention to details. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I think I need to stop streaming, even though it's only 10 o'clock, it's only 11 o'clock, and I'll be only streaming for... But I'm going insane. Benchmarking. So I think I need to take a break, and I want to stop streaming, so... But I appreciate all of you being here today. Codex here, Knight, and Lefade. All new people, really, and I appreciate you a lot. Hanging out. I will raid my Godot friend. I could do Murd Boy or Dan, but I'll probably do Dan. Oh, Multibit was here as well. Multibit was still here, thank you. There should be a raid button here. I feel like there was a raid button, or maybe not. Oh yeah, you did say you were going to bed and then you come back. Oh, yeah, I hate that when you can't sleep. It's the worst, isn't it? Yeah, you should try to get some sleep. Try to relax, mate. And I will see you all later, and I hope you have a great day, and yeah, bye.